Well, hey guys. Wow, look who's here. Everybody, pretty much. The entire group made it. Mods, love you guys. Hey Lacey Silver. Hey Jessamine. Diana H is always with us. Love her. Hey Spooky Pook. Joanne Hawley. Hey babe. Debbie A. Robin Miners. I hope you're feeling better. Donna Cooper made it. Well, Debbie A, I love that picture of your cat, but yeah, you can change your picture, girl. Hey, sorry about that. Robin, I don't know what those things mean either. Those little crown things. I have no idea. Hey, Rain Virus. Pat Jonas, Charcoal Ninja, because she changed her name. Liz Tricks is here. Hey, Meredith Lynn. Seamus, no need to get weird. Why do you have to do that when we start a stream? Hey, DP in Tennessee, just as I am, Ghost Rider, Ewa, Squirrel Girl, Just Joan. Hey, babe. Hey, Lisa Kelson. Marie Marion's here. Linda Garden Lady. Armine. Thank you, Armine. You know I love Snoopy. You know I love him. Wendy Brewer made it. Kathy Burkhart. Margie Barr. Heather, did I say hi to you? I can't remember. Guys, so you can tell, I'm tired. It's been a long day. Hey, Buffy. Hey, Susan Cook. Melissa's here. I look tired. I don't have any eye makeup on today. I got mom is home. Hey, Melissa. She just got home this afternoon. We got her home. And no, Wanda, not that kind. Hey, Rue. Rue, I missed a super chat from you yesterday, I think, and I didn't read it. And I just wanted to apologize to you for that. That is so tacky. It rarely happens to me. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that happened. It's embarrassing. I don't like that. And I think I was looking down. I went back and saw it and I was reading or looking at my phone. I think I was showing those pictures. And I just wanted to apologize to you for that. And thank you for the super chat. Got a lot of issues going on with my mom, and you are all an amazing distraction. Deborah, I'm sorry, babe. That's rough. Hey, Alana. Thanks, Linda Garden Lady. Hey, Shannon's Journey. Hey, Critters Creations. Thank you, Lisa Kelson. Hey, Angie. So we got her home. She came home from the hospital today. She spent the night, and she's really doing pretty well. It was just kind of a lot to get her home. It was a 1 hour drive from there. And hey, Panda. And so she's texting me now more silly things. So I think she's feeling really good. I'd say mom's feeling really good. Hey, daughter of the king. Hey, squirrel girl. Hey, grandma sunshine dragon. So he's doing fine, Wanda. He's doing really good, actually. Buffy, I think she's doing good. I took her up there this afternoon after. It was a short, hey, teacher nurse. Yeah, Margie Barr. It was a short hospital stay. She said that she was feeling great. She's like, I can't get out of this bed. If I do, there's an alarm that goes off. Hey, Chrissy Twig, somebody has to help her get up. But she's been released and she's walking and she's like, I don't feel anything. I feel great. And then this afternoon, she was like, I'm sore and it hurts. And I said, yeah, Diane, that's bound to happen, girl. Hey, Ty Mark. So she can't chase me with any garden at all. Cucumbers, tomatoes, nothing. Now the good news is, Buffy, that the season's over and all those things have stopped growing. Oh, you have dental surgery tomorrow, Amy Edge? That sucks. Go to bed, girl. Yeah, that's a stressful day. I don't envy that at all. That's awful. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, just get some sleep. I'm tired. I'm really tired myself, but there was some stuff I wanted to talk about. And of course, we can push through. Hey, Mama Bear. What a nice thing to say. Sending you love, peace, and strength because you deserve all the good things, all the good in this life. Thank you, Mama Bear. That is a really kind thing to say. Hey, Kim is Blue. Thanks, Kim is Blue. No, Pat Jonas, I don't want to know. is as common as a hip replacement surgery is. It's like cataract surgery. I mean, it's incredibly common. It's um now, Rachel, I don't sleep very well. I didn't sleep very well last night. My cats are really, really awful little trapeze artists in the night, and I really don't sleep that well. And here's the other thing. I've realized the other day, my period's coming any day, but I realized the other night it's a win-lose situation. No win situation, lose-lose, win-lose. You know what? Why don't we just tell the story and you can decide? Wow, Mom. Okay. Interesting. She's telling me novels. Okay. This is stupid and not important, but my cats are indoor outdoor cats. And every single night, Seamus and Moose, almost like clockwork, bring me a mouse. Typically it's dead. Okay. But the last few nights it's been alive and like unharmed. Like you know how cats do that? Hey, Jaina. Hey, Renee B, welcome back, babe. You know how cats will bring something and they're gonna kill it, but they play with it first. Like lions and tigers do that. So they'll let it go. So every time I see that, I grab both of those things and I scoop them up and I bring them in and I let the little critter run away. I'm not going to let them kill something on my watch. Now, so far we've been lucky. It's not like I don't think it's injured to a point where it would die. I think it's actually totally unharmed until they kill it. So if they bring it to me, Catherine B, I need to talk to you in the Zoom call this weekend. I'll talk to you. Hey, Linda. They're trying to take care of you. It's a great honor. Thanks so much, ladies. I couldn't be happier about that, Lacey Silver. And they try to bring it in. Last night, Moose had this cute little mouth. Usually they bring a mole. Have you guys seen a mole? It like has a weird shaped snout. They kill rats. They bring squirrels. It's a real problem. And last night it was alive. And I opened the door and I said, come on, Moose. And he was holding a mouse and it started screaming in his mouth. I started screaming. Like I felt like I was trapped in a spider web. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I was screaming. Yeah, Robin Miners, really great gift. Hey, Aileen. So I said, Huxley, help me quick. Move fast, son. I said, you get Seamus, I got Moose. So he let go of the mouse. The mouse took off running. We brought the damn kids in. Here's the point of the story. It's a no-win, perhaps, situation because if they're out all night, which sometimes they are, then I don't sleep because I don't want them out at night. So I get up every hour and I'm like, oh, I can't sleep because what if something happens? Because I don't like them out at night, but that's when they like to go out. That's when they like to hunt. Well, unfortunately, so do the larger animals. There's always a bigger bear, people. There's always a bigger bear. Okay. Keep that in mind when you're trying to dick around and find out. Okay. Something to think about. It was the F aroundiest of times. It was the find outiest of times. Okay. They're a death squad. Absolutely. Hey, Sophia, it's unbelievable. Quite honestly, I'm working myself up talking about. I'm angry. I'm starting to get mad. Hey, whine a little bit more. What are you doing? You hear this, Dick? Hey, James Earl Jones. Shamby, come here.
Such a weird voice.
He has a really weird voice. And look at this dick. Look at this jerk. Hey, no one wants to listen to it. Nobody wants to listen to it. You're a murdering son of a. Do you know this? Do you know that you look cute, but you're a psychopath? Do you know that we wish we would have named you Ted Bundy? Oh, but he's so cute. Oh, he's so nice. Oh, he's really cute, though. Oh, Shamby. Bubsy. Bubsy, I forgive you. Oh, you're so cute. He doesn't like his mom at all. Yeah. So they dick around. So here's what happens, guys. If they're in all night, like I would prefer. Hey, that's an expensive chair. Thank you. No, hey, that one is too, actually. That one was a gift. Stupid asshole. Yeah, Catherine, we have some weird shit to share in the Zoom call this weekend. It's going to get weird. I already know it. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, this is so unimportant. And I know I'm wasting everybody's time here. Hey, Carrie Ann. It's really good to see you, babe. Quit dicking around for a minute. So, yeah, that's the point, guys. So if they're out all night, I'm like, I wake up every hour and I'm like, come on, boys. And I go outside, tits out, nips out. I was FaceTiming the other night. I was talking to Tommy and I was like, the cats won't come in. And I went outside. You could see my breath. And I was out on the front porch with the light on. He goes, are you on the front porch? And I said, yeah. He goes, your tits are hanging out. And I was like, it's the country. The only thing out here are the stars, dude. There's nobody here. And he was like, your nips are pointing out into the dark abyss. And I said, no one cares. This isn't Kansas City. Get over yourself. Hey, New Life Plan. Oh, thank you. Period tax. Thanks so much, gal. I can feel it. I'm feeling sad. We actually have a topic today and I need to get into it. Sorry. Thank you for the super chat for changing the subject as well. I think that was probably the end of that story and time to switch over to something new. Thank you, though, for breaking it up. So, yeah, that's that. But you know me, guys. I can take one tiny topic and stretch that shit like 20, 30 minutes. So I can just talk. It's just nips. Good Lord. Who hasn't seen a set of baloney nips in their time? I mean, if you want to see them, head over to my other channel. It's not a magic show, okay? It's just pepperoni nips. Speaking of, I haven't seen pepperoni nips for a little bit. I hope she's doing good. I wonder if she'll be in the Zoom call. Hey, Justice Jane. Hey, Angie Mo. You just started Shark Week too. We're syncing up. Our uteruses are syncing up. Tummy ache for me and the pups. We're trying to sleep early. Love you too, New Life Plan. I'm sorry for that. Sorry for everybody's tummy aches and nips and hip replacements. Cats that are shit asses. Kind of, just Joan. So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. You know, when you don't have much of a show and you have to try to stretch this shit out and people are relying on you, which, let's face it, I mean, would I call myself a hero? No. The local neighborhood little pests would. Shit ass is the best word. I use it all the time myself, Jen. Love you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. What's my other channel, Justice Jane? I don't have one yet, but I'm thinking about it, girl. Don't you worry. I'm thinking about it. I'm told these things don't look 41, and we might put that to good use to try to make some money on it. Seamus? Yeah, every time I go outside now, you can hear all the tiny mice like in the movie Cinderella, but they're like, there goes our hero. Watch her as she goes. I told you. I will go out there with my nips out tonight, and all the little mice are going to go, someone saved my life tonight. And I'm like, quit it. Stop. So I want to talk about the concept of this. It's an interesting concept. I have a close friend. Seamus, nobody wants to hear your weird stories. There's only enough in this room for my weirds. Why do you sound like Rodney Dangerfield? Why does he sound like Mufasa? Okay, you got to go. Hey, take care, little fella. We wish you well. Time to go. Time to get out. Get out. Seamus, get out. All right, then. You take care. Good luck to you, little guy. Hey, Angel K. Yeah, it's such a fun thing to say, Jen Pookie. Can we talk about how cute that Snoopy necklace is? Thank you so much. Hey, Zoe. It's a handmade little beaded necklace that a friend of mine made. Her name is Mona. And I absolutely love her. She's made a lot of stuff for me. And I can't believe how much work she put into that. It's kind of insane. Just Joan, you're the only person that misses him. Now quit crying about it. You'll see him tomorrow, and he's incredibly annoying, Just Joan. I will say this though, guys. I took the cute. I gotta upload this short. Look at how cute. You guys know Moosey. And then we'll get to the topic, but we have all kinds of time because I don't really have a topic today. Hey, old Charlie, look at how cute this is. Watch how cute, guys. First of all, I took that picture last night. Look at Bubsy. Bubsy? Hey, Dark Roast. Hey, is that Gemini girl? Look at Bubsy. Oh my God. Hey, Skipper. Okay, that's cute. You think that's cute? Look at this. Somebody is really relaxing. Moose, I wish that you would open up. I wish you would be more calm. You're always taking laps around the anxiety pool. Oh, Moosey. Oh, Moosey. Moosey, show us your crossed eyes. Oh, there they are. Oh, Moosey loves his blankie. Oh, he loves his blankie. Show us your, oh, there he is. There's his little crossed eyeballs. And there's his little footy paws. Oh, that's cute too. Is that so cute? I know. Too bad they're little shit asses. All right, so let's get into what's real. Because I only have so much time that I can stretch a concept. Even killers are precious when they sleep. I couldn't agree with you more on that, Renee B. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. So, friend of mine said something today. I know I say I don't have any friends, but that's sometimes not true. Sometimes it is. Today, it's true that I had a friend, and actually a close friend, one that I really trust. She said something to me today. Started a conversation, and she said, "How are you, Reese?" And I said, "My God, what a nice thing to ask." And before I even had time to answer, she answered for me. And sometimes I appreciate that. When you're tired and you just don't feel like getting the words out, sometimes it's good to have a friend that just, overpowers and says more than you feel like saying. Somebody has to carry the conversation. And sometimes I'm not feeling it. I do that for a living. And sometimes I'd rather you just speak for me. So, hey, Buffy, that's great. Her husband's going to let her get another dog. Good for you. This is why I'll never have a husband again, but I'm glad that you're in the situation you are. She's happily married. She loves her dog. That's fantastic. She just had her 5-year wedding anniversary. I'm never going to say the words, "my husband's going to let me," ever again. I would rather paint my entire effing house with a Q-tip. But Buffy, apples and oranges, girl, because my husbands tend to be shit asses. The last one anyway. And I think we should talk about that at some point at length. I think we really need to get into it, right? Because I'm still upset about things. I forgot I was live. So what's happening is my friend said, who's very incredibly wise, this friend said, "How are you, Reese?" I already told you that part. And I said, stellar. Like really good. And she said, it seems as though sometimes you're hanging by a bit of a thread, and I can tell. Hey, Natalie. And she said, "You're shedding so much right now." And I thought, what a curious word. What an interesting choice of words. Thank you, Sophia. Sophia gives me the floor. And I said, let's go into that. Let's talk more about that, right? And she said, Kim is blue. I thought so too. I've never considered using the word shedding, but she says that's a good way to put it. Kim is blue. Let's go forward. Yeah, Vicky Cat, let's talk more about this. Let's stretch it as long as we possibly can, because I got no other content for the evening. This is actually important though. She said, "You're shedding so much right now, Reese." And I said, am I? Like not just my uterine lining, because that's coming fast. It's coming down the fallopians as I say the words. And I think we all know my fallopian tubes are trying to kill me. There it is. She knows me well. This one knows me really well. It's definitely shark weight. Yeah. Can't hold a tune when it's shark weight. Can't keep a sentence together. You notice this third eye open? I noticed it too. You always notice when it's coming because I can't keep anything together. And my eyes get all glazy and I don't take the time to put on any makeup. She knew it. She knew it well. Buffy, I couldn't be more agreeance with you there. You got a good amount of dead weight to shed. Yeah, Jen Pookie says, I love that, shedding. So my friend says, you are shedding, and I thought this was interesting. Shelly, don't be rubbing that in. She said, you're shedding a whole bunch of stuff right now. Like she goes, and so this is what she started with. She goes, your mother just had this surgery. And I didn't say this to you guys yesterday, and I didn't say it today until right this second. I'm struggling. I hope my mom doesn't watch this. Let's hope she's not like high as a kite right now on her post-op drugs and watches this. I had to see my mother yesterday and today. Now, she just had surgery, so it makes sense. Okay. I'm not being logical or rational here. I saw my mom yesterday and today walking yesterday in a hospital gown, today in regular clothing because we picked her up. But I saw her with a walker. She has to walk with a walker. Obviously, she had hip replacement surgery yesterday. It's not like this is permanent. I know this. Period's coming. Different story. It really put things into perspective and I burst into tears. It was really hard for me to see that my mother is not immortal. And I know a lot of you in the chat have lost your mothers. And I know for a fact, my mother said to me once, because I remember when my grandmother died, her mother, whom I was not close to, not really. I knew her, but I wasn't really close to her. And she wasn't the warmest woman. She's straight up Italian. She's from Italy. And she was pretty, you would have thought that woman was a Scientologist. Hey, Wendy R. And she said to me, Reese, the day you lose your mother will be so hard. Like knowing that you can't call your mom again, all those things. And I thought, oh God, I don't even want to think about that. And so when I saw my mom with a walker today and yesterday, and I just, wow, holy, I just put my stepmom in memory care and stuff. First of all, I'm horrifically sorry for that. I know all about memory cares. But Laker Dog, I have not seen you in a long time. And I thought you turned into someone who hated me. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but I thought you always hated me for a while. God, I'm happy to see you. And I hope that's not the case. And I'm sorry about your stepmom, but I got to say, Laker Dog, I always loved you and I'm happy to see you right now. It's hard. It was hard for me to see my mother with her gray hair in a hospital gown pushing a walker. That was really rough for me. It caused me many, many tears. And it makes me think about life and just, it's such a good thing, guys. There's lessons raining down all over me and it's a good thing. And I bring them here, right? So it's a good thing to put things like that into perspective. It's a good thing to see something like that and go, I really appreciate what I have. I'm grateful for my mother right now, right here in time. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for my channel. That's so true, Time Mark. I was kind of more joking about it that I stretch out topics. Laker Dog, I'm so happy to see you. Just really busy with her, selling a house, lost my 22-year-old cat. You know life. I totally know life. Welcome, and I'm sorry for the stress. Sounds like you're doing some shedding as well. You're shedding, and not like people, but shedding concepts. There's new things that are, there's old things and there's new growth, and it can be confusing and really good at the same time. But I'm just happy to see you. Thank you for saying that, Buffy, and I love you, girl. It is, Sophia. It's weird. It's weird. And yeah, I'm very sorry about your cat, Laker Dog. Although I got to say, 22 years, that's pretty awesome. Anybody who has animals that long, it's the same as Fred. He was 95. I mean, to live that long, to experience that much is pretty cool way to go out. I mean, all of us are going to die. That's the other thing, guys. Like all of us are going to die. None of it's going to matter. That's what my friend said today. You know, there's a time in history that I wish I would have known more about her. I know nothing really about other than she played Miss Hannigan and Annie, Carol Burnett. And I know I would like Carol Burnett, but I don't know her history. I don't know anything. But my friend said today, she goes, she was like the original badass comedian. She came out like at a time where she was really being attacked and hated for it. And why am I bringing this up? Oh, because apparently Carol Burnett said, we're all going to die and none of this shit's going to matter. We're all going to be dead one day. And when you think about that, as depressing as that sounds, it's also kind of refreshing as far as in the here and the now. I'm going to say what I want. I'm going to live how I want. I'm going to move where the fuck I want. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to parent how I want. Like when you think about that, it almost brings up so many possibilities. You're like, ooh, like that you can take that, taking it from a depressing concept of like we're all going to die. Of course we're all going to die. But it's it's the in between life, birth and death. Like what are we going to do? And so yeah, she was a trailblazer apparently. Hey Carol, speaking of Carol Burnett, thank you for being here, Carol. So it's a little bit to me invigorating. I'm like, yes, we are all going to be dead. And I promise once we are, a few people will talk about us. Like I talk about Fred, right? But for the most part, everybody's going to forget and move on. That's what happens. And that's okay. You know, it'll be 10, 15 minutes after your funeral and people will be like, she was great. Moving on. Like that's what people do, right? Life goes on. So in the meantime, it's like, I'm not going to listen to what other people think I should do. I'm not going to be so afraid of everything all the time too. That's another thing. I'm like, this fear shit's got to go. And I'm detaching from it big time. I think people love to scare the shit out of you. And I don't think they realize they're doing it. A great example is what I said about pregnancy. The second I started showing, people were like, oh, get ready for this. Oh, I didn't sleep. Oh, you're going to piss your pants. Oh, my birth story is horrible. Oh, my husband left me right after. People love to give, they're naturally sometimes negative. Not all. Maisie Shiloh, that's because you were watching true crime shit and you know why you're late, but welcome to class. Hey, Joel Sachs. Joel Sachs gets a pass because he's in South Africa. Maisie, you don't. I'm watching you. Yes, Sophia, it's like we're just live your life. And I love that message from Carol Burnett. So back to my friend. Love you, Viggy, who said, you're shedding a lot. And she said, here's what I know. She goes, you new life plan. I thought you went to bed. What's going on? My mom had surgery. I was there the whole time. After she was loopy, she still told me what a shit ass taste I had in people. I laugh now, but it was hard to see mom like that and hear her in between thoughts. Exactly. You laugh now, but like it's hard knowing that I'm in my 40s and my mom is 70. Life changes a little bit at that point. My mom isn't the like memory of that I have in my head of her at like 45, 50, 60. That's kind of like my vision of my mom. I came along in her life when I was 18 and I've always been pretty close to her since then. We've been pretty good friends. What? I was watching a horror movie before this, Reese, and I'm telling you that being tits out on your porch will get you killed. Rain, why would you say such a horrible thing? I was out on my porch at like 2 a.m. last night with my tits out in the freeze. They were frozen tits. I'll tell you right now. I was like, oh my God. Could this be an OnlyFans theme? Like going out into the cold? Like I would move to Antarctica if I made money on that. If I was like wearing like a cute little bunny cashmere cap and like just nothing on top, but like making money because they're frozen tits, like ice tits. Hey, Henry's World. Starlena's here. I'm sorry about that new life plan. I feel like you and I are feeling that at the same time, which doesn't surprise me because we feel a lot of things. Like we're very similar, you and I love you, girl. Thank you for your super chat. That's a classic horror scenario. Maybe in other places, Rain. Please don't say that to me. That's scary. I went out with my tits out last night. Are you saying that's going to be an issue? I would much rather someone be outside of my house and take a photo of that and put it on Reddit than someone come terrorize me. That's really awful. Luckily, I'm packing quite a bit, but still. Joanne, Reese, your life is a shiny new canvas. You get to create your own beautiful, bright future. That's what I want for you. Okay. See, Joanne's always spinning things to the positive. We need a couple more Joanne Hollies with us tonight. It's my period. It's my period. Rain, stop. She says it's always in the country or near a lake. Rain, stop it. I'm going to choose to believe that it was just the cattle that saw my tits. So quit trying to freak me out. Well, I do have my new neighbors that moved in, but they can't see my house. Rain, you're scaring me unnecessarily, and Halloween is next week. Now stop it. Speaking of positive, though, Joanne Holly, we need a couple more Joanne Hollies tonight. Thank you so much. Okay, and thank you for your super chat, babe. Laker Dog says I'm really screwed then. So do you go out like full on burning bush too? Like I had underwear on. Like, are you saying that you go out like flaps out, tits out? Like, tell me more about this. Your nips should distract them enough to get away. So are you saying like I should take a nip off and set it down for them and leave it? What do you mean by that? Because my nips go with me when I get away. I can't leave my nips. Rain, stop it. Stop it. Okay, third eye open. I really didn't expect this out of you, okay? You want to talk about stuff you've probably done wild in your days? I don't want to hear about it. Everybody look at that face. You think that's an innocent face? Tits out, ass out with that one. You know it. You see it. Everybody knows. The woodland creatures would return the favor and save you. Thank you so much for saying that. She's not lying, Reese. If they only wanted pics, that would be okay. Nips will want them to come in and join you. Why are we ganging up on me tonight when you know that my period, my uterine lining is shedding and it's a full moon. It's a blue moon. And my fallopian tubes are trying to kill me as I speak. Why would you do this? You know, this is what I mean. People turn on you on a dime. You just don't know what you're dealing with until rain virus starts just a chain reaction. Thanks, Time Mark. Shelly, I really didn't expect that out of you. Hey, Sierra Terry. Yeah, she's like, what did I just walk into? Well, I was trying to tell a story until everyone decided to gang up on me. I feel like you guys are passing notes in the class. Like, quick, attack her. Now that's enough. Let's get back to the story of life. Oh, yeah. So my friend says, thanks, Grandma Sunshine Dragon. You do bring some effing chaos, Rain, and normally you don't. I don't know if it's because it's a full blue moon there in California right now, or you know, you're into the gummies. But there's no excuses. Kind of like Maisie Shiloh getting here late. We noticed. Okay, mods made note of that shit. Liz Tricks put it in the minutes, so mote it be. Okay. Donna Lane, welcome in, girl. So they're your tits. Do as you wish. Well, I just want to keep them on my body. I don't want him like cutting them off and mailing them to somebody. Hey, Lee Sane. Good for you, Donna Lane. Rain, no more. Stop it. Who's here? Andy's here. Andy, I haven't seen you in a long time. Back to what's real and what's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Shedding. Okay. Hey, Anne. So we're shedding the ideas of our folks here. So my friend says, thanks, Liz. So my friend says you're shedding that you know now that your mother is getting older. You're also shedding, she says, your dad. And like this whole thing with your dad is like a total twist on your life. And it is. Hey, it's Joyce Traeger. Hey, everyone, what's going on? I'm not late, am I? Not at all. We could start from here and be just fine. As a matter of fact, we should start fresh because it's really been a shit show. Well, thanks for being a member, though. Hey, Sarah from Cali. Nancy Jane, it's just nice to see you, babe. So thank you again, Joyce. That's a big twist. That's a big change. So I want you guys to be thinking with that too. So then she said, you're shedding that. And then she said, and I thought this was interesting. She said, you're shedding what love used to look like for you. Do you guys remember yesterday's show? Because I kind of forgot about it myself. But what I do recall was that, yeah, Nancy, shedding the idea of, we were talking about Jeff and like the shiny fancy things and how my dad kind of started that, kicked that all off. I think it's shedding sauce. Interesting, Rue. Nice new coined term there. And I caught your super chat tonight. Thank you for that. Shedding sauce. Remember, people, if you want to add sauce to the end of anything, you have to pay to play. Be like Rue. More people need to be like Rue. Thank you, Rue. Thanks, Ty Mark. That really helps. She's trying to be positive here, guys. Let's not remind her that people can get attacked in the country savagely and ripped apart like a bunch of hammerhead fucking sharks. Thanks, Ty Mark. Good for you, Nance. So I think it's safe to say, yeah, Jeff wishes he was fancy. He's not. Awesome gravy. Yeah, that's not the best, but I would do that over awesome sauce. I would. Yeah. Thanks, Jell, for pointing that out. Sophia, so right. And we're shedding. So then she went down the list even more. And she said, so you're shedding that idea of your parents. You're shedding Trisha Kelly. You're shedding the Rain. We're not going to get you started on it, girl. We're just not. Rain, you already had your fun tonight. That's enough. Calm down, Rain. I think because Rain hasn't slept in like 3 weeks because she got that kitten that was 3 days old or some shit. And I think that she has a little trapeze artist in her house. And so she's like really losing it. I think she's losing it. Thanks, Buffy. Then she said, you're shedding even with your child, like shedding the idea that he's not a little boy anymore. He's growing up now. He's going to be 16 in what? 3 weeks. Huxley's going to be 16. That is kind of a weird. Moms in the chat and dads too. Old Charlie. It's kind of a weird idea there too. Rain. Oh, the cat's a demon. I thought you were saying like you saw a demon behind me. No, your cat's definitely a demon. And I don't feel sorry for you, man. I would never take on a kitten for that reason. I never adopt young animals. I always rescue older animals. I can't handle it. Nicola, welcome in. That's another thing. Do you guys, where's Debbie Zito tonight? Do you guys agree with that? Like the tip, yeah, 16 is a milestone birthday, Rain. Do you feel like that's also the case? Like, I don't have any point of reference. I don't have a child. I don't have an older kid to be like, his brother went through that. I never had that. So when you have a kid Huxley's age, is that for you kind of weird that like they're now definitely going toward manhood or becoming a woman and it's getting weird for you because they're never going to be kids again? Lacey Silver, my kid is turning 18 in a few short months. I get the feels. I bet you do. 18 is very different. Melissa, I feel like I'm shedding all at once and I don't like it. I'm not great with change and it's hard to not feel overwhelmed. I totally agree with that. From 16, time goes really quick. And I bet that's very true. Iwa, you do. You have really beautiful kids, Iwa. That's a little bit of a weird thing for me too. Quite honestly, it's emotional and it's weird. There's Debbie. I love you, babe. He's yeah, Angel. It's a weird ass transition. And then the thing with my dad is such aspired to inspired. He's taking driver's ed. It's a weird transition, all of it right now. And I gotta say, in all seriousness here, I think one of the things that really brought me down this week was seeing it's rough. I'm not going to say in any way, to me, 70 is young. 70 is not old. People do all kinds of stuff in their 70s. My mom is 70. But to see her this week coming out of surgery and see her with a walker and a hospital gown really put things into perspective to me that in 10 years, she'll be 80. And 10 years flies. 10 years is nothing. And that scared me. Really honestly, that freaked me out that my 80 is getting old. 80 is definitely more frail, more fragile. 70, nah, you still got quite a bit. 80 piece. There's a lot of people who run marathons in their 80s. But let's be honest, that's getting toward the end of life. You know, it's hard to think about. It is. Kim is blue. And that was kind of rough for me. Hey, happy birthday to your mom, Jan. She turned 95. I hope my mother makes it to 95. And my mom is really healthy, like really healthy. And she probably will. But that put things into perspective for me. It really kind of brought me down a notch as far as like my mother is not immortal. You know, I think we tend to get comfortable, take for granted, however you want to put it, get comfortable with the fact that like our parents will always be around or anybody, you know, our spouse or anything. And that's not uh hey Rachel, that's unfortunately like we're lucky to have them and that's hopefully going to be the case, but nobody's always going to be around. And things happen all the time. And it's awful. And I'm not trying to be a downer even though my period's coming. Hey DNV, I think it puts things into perspective, into a reality that I wasn't really thinking about. And when my friend said that to me today, she said, "You're shedding a lot. You're shedding that concept of your mom. You're shedding the idea that your dad was this big, scary monster and the source of a lot of pain and abuse in my life. And now I'm at a tipping point, but not at all, time arc, not at all. That's not personal." She says, "Does it change your mind on moving?" No, because I'm going to come back and forth. I want to move to the destination I want to be at, and then I would be happier flying back here. I can always stay here. I can fly back here and stay for a month if I wanted to. There's property on my parents' property where they live where I can stay. So it's not like I'll have to figure it out and all of that. No, I've got a place to stay. I can borrow one of their cars, like not a problem. So I want to go and get settled where I'm happy. And I truly believe if I'm happier and settled and just more stable in my life, it would be better for me to come and go than be here and be unhappy and be close by. That may sound stupid to a lot of you, but I think that's true. If you're flourishing and you're healthy and you're in a good place, it's better to have that relationship with anybody, family, any of that. Rachel Sandy, I'm wanting to move out of the country. I'm wanting to move out of the country. Linda, I'm so sorry. Your mom died at a young age, 59. Yeah, Jan. So it's kind of like this. It's the same thing to me as a job. So if you have a job that you make tons of money, money is no object to you and you're doing great, but you hate it there and you hate the people you work with or you hate what you do for a living, but then you could work at a job where you make less, but you could support yourself. You could still be self-sufficient, but you're going to make quite a bit less, but you love the job and you're passionate. That's how I look at that. I would rather live and be happy and stable and secure where I'm at than live here and be unhappy, but do it for my parents. I'd rather come back and forth and be happy, and they would want me happy. I don't want to be here and miserable. Now, I'm not miserable. That doesn't like bleed over into my parents. I spent all afternoon with my parents today and I ate it up. I always do. I love spending time with them. I like talking to my mom on the phone. None of that would change. It would just change that I would be in a happier location and I would feel more safe and stable being where I want to be versus having to be here. Huxley's in a school he doesn't like, that kind of a thing. I'd rather like accomplish goals and go where I want to be. And it's time for me to do that. I came here for a season and it's time for me to spread my wings. Right? Yeah, time arc. But a lot of people stay in jobs that they make good money in, but they're miserable. That's not a life either. That's no life to me. So yeah, Debbie A. And what else? Oh, then she said, so she kept going down the list. So she says, your parents, your mom, your dad. She said, you're shedding the idea that Huxley is going about to transition. Like he's got facial hair. Hey, P. Taylor, he's about to move up a step. Nighthawk, can we please brighten up today? What do you suggest? This is what I'm just kind of what I'm talking about right now. Do you have a solution? Do you have something you want to talk about? Yeah, more peace for you will allow you to be the best you. Yes, Yadira. And so she also said, she goes, and you're shedding friends, you're shedding friendships, and you're shedding the concept of what you thought they were versus what they turned out to be. And so I thought that was all such a good, like, putting that all into a package and being able to look at it that way. And I like the idea of the shedding, the thoughts of shedding. And I want you guys to think about that yourselves because I've never thought about it that way, but it's true. And I think it's super healthy. I think it's super healthy to go, you're sloughing that off. You're getting rid of that idea. It takes me back to what Diane Keaton said in that amazing, she was so amazing. That's kind, Rachel. She says she can talk about whatever she wants. This is what she needs to process today. If it's not what you need today, we'll see you on the next one. That's a very kind thing to say. And not every stream is going to be for everyone. I totally understand that. Oh my God, that's horrible, Denise. I'm 71 and the youngest of 5 living siblings. I totally get what you're saying. I've lost 6 siblings. That's horrible. It's really sad. Nighthawk says, no, it's just talking about death. I get it. And you're right. It's just today's stream. And here's the thing, Nighthawk, I'm actually glad that you came in and said that. It's real. And it does suck. And death is depressing, right? But it's also real. And we talk about raw, real life stuff here. We talk about funny stuff too and silly topics. But hey, Gogo the Greek, it is definitely a part of life. And I got to say, it's better to talk about it and to think about it. And I encourage you to do that, Nighthawk, because I'll give you an example. I've been through so much death working in senior living. I've lost my husband. It's better to be thinking with it. It's more healthy, in my opinion, than somebody who's in denial about it and just can't come to grips with it. It's not my job to put you there, but I'm just saying, try to kind of think about that. I know it is hard, but it's real. And so Diane Keaton said, I loved what she said about you think you have a concept down. You think you have a perspective that you stand firm on. You think that you have this idea, like, especially once you're older, once you're more mature and experienced, you think you have a grasp on things. And then your whole point of view changes. You shift that perspective into something else. And I really, really liked that she said that. It's okay for us to change our minds about things. It's totally okay. And the other thing I want to say, death does suck and it's real, and we should feel safe talking about it. I lost my parents and 2 of my siblings. Nancy, it's rough, but it also changes you in good and bad ways. It makes you, I never liked it when people said this, but it is true. I didn't like it because it feels like you're talking down to them. And I don't mean it this way. You know how people will say, well, you don't have kids, you don't understand. Or you know how someone will say, well, does she have kids? Okay, then she doesn't get it. I used to always think that was kind of a condescending, shitty thing to say. I'm like, they can't put themselves in your shoes. They can't see through your eyes. Unfortunately, no. Now that I have a kid, it really does make a difference, but I don't mean it in a condescending way. It just really is one of those things. You have to experience it. You have to experience being a fucking parent in order to understand. It's almost impossible to go, well, when I have kids, I'm not going to do that. Oh, well, she shouldn't do that as a mother. And it's like, do you have kids? No. Okay. You really don't. You have to experience it. So it's the same thing with death. Nancy, as hard as that is of a loss, and all of you who have lost siblings, parents, kids, aunts, uncles, grandparents, hey, Barbara Waite, it also changes you in a lot of good ways, meaning how being a parent changes you in good ways. It puts you to the test, but it also humbles you and changes your perspective on life. And it makes you see life so much more as a gift. For me, I don't want to speak for everybody here, but my husband died. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was a fact. I was lucky enough to lay next to him with a hospice care nurse. And yes, death will open your eyes, Time Mark, to what is truly important. I got to lay there and spend the entire day with him, kissing his head, telling him how much I loved him. He told me everything he wanted to say, right? And as his my friend who was the nurse there said, his heart is winding down. That is one of the hardest things to hear. It's like, when you go to put a pet down and they give it the shot that calms it and it's coming. They're going to be dead shortly. It's very similar when she said his heart is winding down. There's no pill on this earth. There's no nothing that could have changed that. It was a train that wasn't stopping and I knew it was coming and it was so hard. It was like I felt like the water was coming up and I was like and I was like, it's coming. Like my heart's going to stop too. It's coming. And it was awful. But at the same time, it was such a gift. It was such a gift to be with him in that moment. Yeah, listening to someone take their last breath will break your heart and change you. You will never be the same again. It's absolute truth. For me, that's true. But at the same time, it did break my heart and change me, Time Mark, but it made me stronger in so many ways. And it made me appreciate people and life. And I had a whole new perspective that I thought I'd never have. I'd never go back and change anything. I wouldn't change the words. And by the way, I want to say something to you guys about Fred because my friend and I were talking about Fred. This was a while back. And yeah, P. Taylor, I have the final video of his last moments of his heart winding down. You guys have seen it. It's a very emotional video, but it's an incredible video. Hey, C-Dub, it's life-changing. Drayston, that's true too. Drayston says there's another part to that, one child versus multiple children. That's true too. I'm sorry, Nighthawk. We love you. And please, self-care, mental health comes first. And I'm sorry this is a hard topic for you. And I know you've had a lot of loss. Wow. Yeah, I totally understand. Come back tomorrow. I promise it won't be this way. One kid versus many kids as well. I totally agree with that concept. I'm not about to judge anybody with 2 or more kids because I would never want that on my plate. I know it's harder to have more than one kid, right? So I tap out there. I totally understand. So I was talking to my friend not that long ago about Fred, and I was kind of trying to tell her the story of Fred. And this was interesting to me, and I wondered what your guys' perspective on this would be. Do you guys remember Fred's last words? Do you remember the last day that he spoke? It was absolutely beautiful. It was heart-wrenching at the same time. It was awful, right? So Fred, my dog, died Wednesday, April 17th. Out of nowhere. Fred and my dog both had congestive heart failure. Gary was my Chihuahua. He dies on me Wednesday morning, super early. He just up and dies. Thursday was my mom's birthday, April 18th. And I go to work, and the nurse who's helping take care of Fred from home health care because he had fallen. Yeah, Diana H. He had fallen. And so he had a home health nurse because he was discharged from a rehab. Yes, Margie Barr. Thank you, guys. That's incredible that you all know that. I love you guys. This nurse calls me at work the day after my dog dies on my mom's birthday and goes, "Hey, he's not making the progress we thought he was going to make. I think it's time to bring in hospice." And I was like, "What? What? Huh? Did you say my name?" No. And I'm like, that can't be right. Like Fred is full of life. That can't be right. So then I got to go home and tell him that news. And as you know, he says hospice. I sat on the couch with them and I said, "How was the day with the nurse?" And he was like, "Great. She's great." I said, "Okay," because she recommended hospice. And it was horrible to have to break that news to him. And he goes, "Hospice?" And he just looks so confused. And he goes, "But that's the final chapter." And I said, "Yeah, it is." And I was really trying not to cry because I had worked in hospice. Yeah, my mom is an Aries. Sorry, guys, my nose is running. Hold on. And it wasn't to me a death sentence, hospice. I had seen so many people, good for you, DNB. I'd seen so many people go on hospice, improve, and get off of hospice. So, as hard for me as that was, that's what I was hoping for with him. And I thought he'll improve and then he'll get off of it. Right. So he says, call mom then. I want to say my goodbyes. And I'm like, oh my God, Fred, this is so ridiculous. I was like, it's incredibly dramatic. Like, you're not dying. It's not a death sentence, man. And he just shut it down. He just willed himself to die. Hey, Tony P. And he did. And he said, nope, call your mom. I want to say my goodbyes. And so we called mom, and he called my mom. He's 95. My mom's in her 60s. It was the cutest thing. He did it every time he FaceTime. He'd go, hi, mom. He was so loud. My mom loved Fred. And it was her birthday. And this is one of our biggest regrets. My mom says this all the time. She goes, my biggest regret is that I didn't record that. So when we called to FaceTime her, he sang happy birthday so loud. He just put so much effort into it. It was so cute. But at the end of the birthday song, he confused the shit. Both of my parents were on the call. And hey, Katie did it. He confused the shit out of my mom and dad because I didn't tell them about the hospice thing. Nobody knew. And he said, my mom was like, thank you, Fred. Thank you for that. And I'm retelling a story just to get to the end, which is dumb. I should just go to the end, but I can't. So I'm almost done. And she goes, thank you, Fred. And he goes, thank you. He said, for letting me be a part of your family. Thank you for taking me into your family and treating me so well. And he said, I love your daughter. And it was so like, she was like, yeah, she didn't know he was saying goodbye. And he said at the end of that, he goes, and he said, thanks again. And he said, I'll see you on the other side. And hey, Florence, and my stepdad was there. And he said, he was very confused. I will never forget this. He was super confused. And my stepdad said, well, he said, you keep playing the piano, Fred. And Fred said, I can't play anymore. But Reese has videos of me. And Fred was super strong. For him to admit any kind of defeat rocked my world. Like, for him to say, I can't play anymore, I was like, oh, it hurt so bad. It made me think of the lyrics to Bob Dylan's Knocking on Heaven's Door, when he says, Mama, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. Love you, Robin Miners. Like, it was such defeat, and that was not Fred. And he said, so he goes, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the other side. I'm sorry, Tony P. I'm finishing it up, but this is actually really cool. So we hang up the phone. Joel Sachs, you nailed it. We hang up the phone, and Fred said to me, his last words to me were, he said, nobody will ever love you as much as I do. And I was like really crying at that point. And I didn't know these were going to be his last words. And he looked past me. He looked past my shoulder. Like, his eyes went from here, like looking directly. I'm looking at myself right now. His eyes went from like dead on to me to past me. And he kind of turned his head a little bit. And it was the wildest thing. And I'll never not think about it this way now. I was telling this to a friend the other day. And I said, he looked past me. And he said, tell Reese she was the love of my life. And he never talked again. And I said to the friend, why on earth? I will never understand. I said, I don't know if he had a stroke, but the thing is, I know he didn't, because he was alive all the next day and he was wide awake. He would answer questions by doing this or this. When Huxley came to say goodbye to him, he went like this. It was crazy. It was like he just didn't have anything else to say. It wasn't like those were his last words and he passed out after that or something. That would make sense. But he was wide awake and alert. And I said, "So I don't think he had a stroke or anything like that. Maybe he just had nothing else to say." But here's the thing, you know what my friend said? And I thought this was so cool. Hey, Marissa Martin. She said, and I've heard this before. Love you, Lisa Kelson. She said, maybe he was looking at angels. Maybe he was looking at something godlike. Maybe he was looking at family. You know how family, people have said that. I've heard that so many times working in senior living, that family like will show up when someone's dying, family who have died. Um, I have read and heard that like people see angels or they hear angels when they're passing. And I thought that was such a loving, beautiful thing concept to think about, because honestly, it's not that it's not sat well with me, but it's like it's I'm not meant to know. And I'm okay with that. Like I'm not meant to know. But why? Like the day Fred died, do you guys remember I always used to say, "Hey Hux, can you let him out?" The day Fred died, I always used to say to Fred, when he would sneeze or cough throughout our whole relationship, we had a dark sense of humor together. And whenever he would like give a cute sneeze or a cough, I would go, "Are you dying?" And he would go, "Hell no." And we would laugh. It was like this growly, funny. When you tell this story, I feel like he was talking to the souls meeting him on the other side. Probably. Hey, Riley's human. And so I said that all the time for years. I'd go, "Are you dying?" And he'd go, "Hell no." And we'd laugh. My dad said he saw heaven and he was excited to go. That's incredible. That's incredible, Shelly Kelly. I love that. That gives me hope for what's there. I know there's something. Death is not the end. I know there's something. There has to be something. No one's ever really gone. Like there's something. Thank you for your super chat. The day before my mom passed, she was awake, didn't speak, but was responding. The day she passed, she looked right past me and was smiling the whole time. Squirrel Girl, that's incredible. I'm sorry you lost your mom. It's very common. They see people and feel amazing. My mom had a near-death experience and she loved it. And Rachel Sandy says, I believe babies can see the other side too. Multiple times my newborns have looked right past me and gave a huge smile. Oh, Huxley did that all the time when he was an infant. He would lay on his back in his crib and like laugh and smile, and like almost like my cat does when she sees a ghost. Yeah, I there's a lot more that I think we just are not meant to understand or know or see about till it's right, right? But understood, Diana H, and I'm sorry. But it's not that that story hasn't sat well with me. That's not really the concept, but it hasn't, like, I've never understood it. Oh, so the "are you dying" thing. I would always go, "Are you dying?" And he'd say, "Hell no." Well, the day he died, he was wide awake. And I said, "Fred, I'm thinking in my mind, I have at least a couple of weeks to 6 weeks to a couple months. Like, I'm not thinking this man is going to die today. I did not think any of that was going to happen that quickly. Like, my dog died, my husband died within 3 days. And the day he died, I said, "Are you dying?" Hospice hadn't arrived yet to set up the bed. And he just kept staring at me. I woke up next to him. It was the most beautiful morning. It was Saturday morning, and I woke up next to him, and we were just staring at each other and holding hands. Sorry. And we were staring at each other and holding hands. And I was like, "Good morning." And I was just talking to him, but he was smiling and he would nod or do something like that, but he wouldn't talk. And I said, "Fred, I need to know." I said, "Are you dying?" And he would not answer me. And I said it again, and he just kept staring at me. And he didn't want to answer me, I could tell. And I said, "Fred, I really need an answer out of you. Are you dying?" "Hey, Professor Kakan." And he went. And I think that was so hard for him to admit that defeat. He always wanted to stay with me, but he said the day before, 2 days before he died, he said, "I'll wait for you." He said, "I'll still be around." So I relied on that and I hoped for that and I still feel that way. And I don't the only reason I wanted to tell that story, hold on a second, guys. Okay, I didn't want to yell out at you guys. Um, the concept that my friend said really put me more in a state of peace. Not that we'll ever know. I don't know, right? Like, I'm not sure. But the fact that a lot of you are saying your personal experiences like that, looking past, seems like a lot of you have had that experience with your loved ones before they passed, that like they're focused on something. And it was so weird because he looked at me. I think he said kid. He said, "No one will ever love you as much as I do, kid." I'm pretty sure Fred called me kid a lot. And thank you, Rachel. And he was tractor beam, right? Like we were focused on each other. And I was crying, I was sobbing. And I said, "I know, Fred." And then he just went, he said, "Tell Reese she was the love of my life." And I was like, "Where did he go?" He went somewhere. And I don't know, maybe he didn't come back. It was like a different version of him, maybe. I don't know. But he very much seemed at peace. And the day that so the point is, losing people is hard. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. And it does something to you. It changes you. And it was, to me, death. Think about it for the person. Okay. Think about it for the person too. It's a gift for both sides. I often think about that with Fred. Like, be Fred for a minute, guys. Like, be Fred in that story. You've got me laying next to you, kissing your head, singing to you, playing music, talking to you, saying everything I wanted to say, thanking you for the time and the beautiful life that hey, Susan P, you provided the opportunity to change me. He helped me discover so many things about myself, so many lessons. Think about that. Like, we're all going to go. Wouldn't it be beautiful to have the person you love next to you, like just saying those things? Am I just being too much tonight? Probably with my period. But I just think I do think about death. And I think about, what do I want to do until I get there? There's so many things I want to accomplish. We are going to go. And this puts things into perspective, even with the Diane Keaton thing. Like, I'm shocked that she died. She was young. And with my mom having this surgery, I think it just places this mortality concept on me. Like, we're all going to say our goodbyes. We're all going to have to. And so I kind of want to be a really good version of myself. I want to accomplish some things. I want to live where I want to live. Hey, Holly Day, maybe I'm being too much tonight. I think I'm too much every night. Hey, Tampa A. Thank you, Joel Sachs. Shelly Kelly. When my mom had COVID, she thought she was dying. She had this very vivid dream, and my stepdad came and told her it wasn't her time yet. Wow. Dreams are also fascinating to me. Thank you, Linda Garden Lady. Dreams are also super fascinating. I don't know what they mean. I'm not going to pretend to like know what they mean. Shelly, thank you for the super chat. That's another thing I wanted to tell you guys. It just made me think of it. I've been dreaming a lot lately, and this is really strange. Tell me if you have experienced this. I have not, that I can recall. I have been dreaming about tons of people I've never met. Thank you, Sophia. I love you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Thank you, Shannon's Journey. I have been dreaming about like lots, not like one or two, like crowds of people. And I see them all, like their faces are in my dreams. They'll talk to me. This has been going on for like a week, not a long, long time. But I've been waking up in the mornings going, what the hell? I only usually I've dreamed about places I've never been. Like, I might be in a weird area, but usually when I dream, I don't dream about strangers. And I'm seeing total strangers To feel safe and not scared like Fred felt. I pray for that. Tampa A, by the way, really good to see you. Do you guys remember Raymond from the channel? He said he's doing good, by the way. I still talk to him. He just hasn't been on the channel. But he said to me once about Fred, and I loved it. He goes, think about it from his point of view, Reese. He went out like a king. That is so true. I never thought, I only, in death like that, you think about it from your point of view. You think about your loss. You think about your reaction to the loss. You think about him shutting his eyes for the last time. You think about his last words. I don't really put myself in his shoes. And I try to do that in a lot of situations, but I never had in this one. And I loved that he said that. He goes, he went out like a king. And I believe to this day, like I feel his protection. I feel like he's one of my angels. Absolutely. And I think he's thanking me back by sticking around however he can, right? Interesting, C-Dub. I'm loving this stream. It's real and yet chill. And I always love hearing about Fred and the love. I love you, Heather. Thank you for saying that. I dreamt Kelly Clarkson was disappointed in me last night. Interesting. The people you will be helping in the future. Ooh, Liz. That's cool. That's really cool concept, Liz. It was beautiful for him, and he was confident he would see you and love you, a man of faith. He was a man of faith, for sure. Dreaming of things to come, changes, new people, new places, new opportunities. I love that, Debbie. I will choose to see it that way. I just thought it was odd, really odd. I dream about people I've never met, actual people and strangers and composite personalities. Only dreamed about Hubbard twice in 40 plus years. Was not upsetting. Interesting. I've never dreamt about Hubbard, I don't think. Third eye open. I rarely dream of anyone I know. I dream of people and places I have never seen or been to, seemingly different time periods too. Isn't that weird? Dreams are really strange when you think about it. And I've said this, usually about twice a year, I will dream about Fred. And he pops in his tuxedo that I buried him in. No, not his tuxedo. He had a tie, but his really nice suit. And I always hear him go, "Hi, sweetheart." He'll say something like that, except the last time I dreamt about him was when Finn died. If you recall, when Finn died and I was bawling and I was begging for Fred to make sure he makes it. Remember, I was like, Fred, please help him. Please just help him get to the other side. And then I had a dream. In the middle of the night, he showed up for just a split second. And all I saw was Fred's face. And he said, he made it. Oh, that was really intense. That was really, really intense for him to say that. It was unbelievable. And I don't know if dreams mean anything. I have no idea on that concept. But I thought that was so incredible. It was such like a God wink. I think it was like I was so unsettled putting that cat down. I didn't feel like I had enough time with him. Well, how long did we have him? Like 6 or 7 weeks. I just felt like I failed him. I felt like I was hoping he was going to get better. And for a minute, remember, I thought he was getting better. I thought he was improving. And then he just nosedived. He just didn't. And I felt really sad about that loss. Like I could have helped him more and I didn't. And it was just so interesting to me that my subconsciousness maybe was like so worried about it that I went to bed and Fred was like, he made it. Do you know how much at ease that put me? That truly made me feel, hey, Kat, made me feel so much better about Finn. That really was such a gift for him to pop in and say he made it. I was so stirred up about it. I was so worried. I was like, I hate it. I feel like I failed him. I feel like I let him down. And it was incredible for Fred to pop in and say that. Laker Dog, I was in a bad accident at 17. I remember feeling warm and was with Jesus looking down at the wreck. Wow. I told Jesus I wasn't ready because I had more things to do. I woke up in the car. That's crazy. Wow. Good for you. Welcome back. That's incredible. I have heard people say that, but it's so, You can really tell my period's coming. Finny bun buns forever. It just, guys, I think that this is thanks, Holly Day. I hope you're doing all right, Holly. I think about you. Kat closed on her new home today. My first home buying on my own single. I'm crying. Didn't know if I would see this today. Congratulations, Kat. Guys, that is such a cool feeling. Congratulations to Kat. Good for you, babe. I hope I see you Sunday. If I don't, I understand, but I'm really proud of you. Here's the thing I was going to say, and then I won't stay on too late. I feel like this has been a really weird stream, and I apologize for it. I have to blow my nose. It has to be hard to navigate with Scientology being the opposite of you, Fred, and all who love. So that is kind of what I wanted to say. Thank you for saying that, Tampa A. Okay, Kat, that would be great. That's okay. A lot of people are in and out on the Zoom call. This is a weird, would you call it like a twilight zone or something? This is very weird for me, Tampa A. It really is. I said this the other day. I'm very grateful to have found God at this point in my life because I'll never take it for granted. It's so new to me and it feels like feeling in love. I love God so much. I love the concept of God. I love the idea of God. I love the concept of Jesus. I'm not ashamed to say it. I just think it is so refreshing. It's so cool. Now that I understand it, it's really cool. And I know there's more to understand, but it used to be such a foreign. I love you, Professor Kakan. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Joel Sachs. It's always God. The concept of God has been such a dangerous one and not just foreign, but dangerous. Like you can't ask about it. Thank you, Tampa A. In Scientology, you can't ask about it. And it's a no-no. Like it's a place that we really can't, you can, and I did, but I kind of got in trouble for it. It was very clear to me that like we frown on that. Don't ask. And it's fake. It's an implant. God isn't real, right? And I have to say this. Like it's a weird in between place, but it's a good thing. But like stepping out of the cold into the light and the warmth is such a weird contrast for me to go from like, we don't talk about that and it's not real. Everybody out there in the real world who thinks God is real, they're just totally brainwashed and it's this implant and they went through the implant station and it's very strange to think that way for 38 years and then go a couple years floating around out here, not in Scientology, but not considering God. Someone told me recently, I did a stream like years ago where I was like, you're never going to see me walking around with a Bible. Pepperoni Nips, I asked about you. Hey babe, welcome. It's absolutely to me a miracle. Look at all the ex-Scientologists. I don't know their faith. But I have a strong feeling that they don't have a faith with God, which is totally okay. I'm not shaming them for that at all. They've been through so much, but I thought I would be that way too. I thought the last thing I'm ever going to believe in is God. The last thing I'm ever going to turn to. Like I very much had stopped in my tracks. I had pumped the brakes and I thought, I am not going to jump out of Scientology into believing in God, like out of the frying pan and into the fire. Ain't going to happen. Right. Oh, it's nearly 2 a.m. Already had some sleep, drifting off again. This has been the stream I needed today on the anniversary of losing your mom. Nicola, we love you. And I'm glad that you were here. Please just drift off to sleep. Drift off to sleep, my friend. And I'm sorry. That's got to be hard. It's what we've been talking about. I love you. Get some sleep, babe. That's sad. It makes me feel good though, I have to say. I thought this was a shit stream. Like as I've been talking to you, I've been in my head thinking, I shouldn't have done this tonight. This was stupid. This is one of those nights where I'm like, I should have just stayed off the screen. This was stupid. I had nothing to say of importance. I was all over the place. My emotions are everywhere. So even one person saying I needed this is good, totally changes all that for me. Reese, through time, we become complacent in our faith. Watching you fall in love with Jesus has renewed my love for him as well. Thank you. See, Trisha Kelly, that's beautiful. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Thank you, Tampa A. And I'm not trying to get weird with you guys. Thank you, Rue. And for I'm not pushing God on people. Please understand that. But for me, the huge change, I can't even talk about it without crying. I do this off stream, just so you guys know. I was talking to a friend and then I was talking to Tommy not that long ago. And I said, I can't do this. I can't talk about it without crying. I just can't. I did not Angel K, but I'm going to. I absolutely want to. Good for you, Heather. I'm glad. I can't talk about God. God's love is overwhelming. Shelly Kelly, exactly. I can't talk about the concept of it without crying. And I cry pretty much about once a day, not heavily, but like I am right now. I get teary-eyed. Thank you, Linda. And I will say it at peace at home alone while Oxley's at school. I will say, I really love you, God. Like, you've made such a change, such a difference in my life. And learning who Jesus is through you and through Liz and the chat has changed so much for me because I've always kind of shied away from the idea of Jesus. I didn't understand God. I can wrap my mind around Jesus. I'm like, but now I feel better about Jesus. The next task is the Holy Spirit. I don't fully understand the concept of the Holy Spirit, but like I said, I find it comforting and I love the idea of it. We're going to do a stream again on religion and just asking questions. I think this is a good place to start. But I just have to say that I feel so different. I just want like walking with God, like having God in my life every day. Maybe, hey, Ty's channel, maybe a stupid concept to a lot of people, because as an ex-Scientologist, it was a dumbass concept to me. And I will say that right here, right now. People who would be like, I have faith in the Lord. I'd be like, okay, you're weirding me out. Like, I was not deep enough to understand that. I was not in a place. You had to meet me where I was at, which was a stupid, immature, brainwashed place. And now I feel it with the rest of you. And I'm just like, oh my God, it runs through my veins. And I just think I'm so happy to know who God is, that door has been open for me. And it makes me feel that feeling of being in love. I'm like, I get butterflies. I feel so giddy knowing, like, when I drive my car alone, I talk to God and I'm like, do you remember that one time and like, I'll start laughing. Like, I want to get to know God. I want to catch up on life with God. And it just feels so different. And it makes me cry because he's so intense and powerful. And I look around at the trees and the relationships that mend with people and like the miraculous stuff that happens, and I'm like, you are so impressive to me. Thank you for being all that is good. And it makes me so unafraid of anything satanic, of anything bad, because I'm like, I've seen some bad shit in Scientology, and I'm like, it makes me so unafraid when I see God, the light of God. I'm like, there's nothing to be afraid of when you meet God and you know how powerful this individual or entity is. Reese, I always enjoy this channel. Everyone has the choice to believe in God or not to believe. That is free will, but I don't think we should be made to feel bad about talking about God. Thank you, Jan. Thank you for validating that. I try not to talk about it a lot because I don't want to make any people uncomfortable or feel like I'm pushing my ideas on them. I'm not. I'm just discovering new things and talking about it as I discover it. God used your words to help those who needed some comfort. Thank you, Liz. I feel that way too, very strongly. Thank you for your super chat. I love that, Sophia. Hey, Anita Card. I have a personal story that I think will really resonate with you. I love you. I haven't seen you in a while. I would love to see you at the Zoom and eat a card. That would be amazing. Thank you. And I'm glad you're here. When I was a kid, Cheryl Anderson says, I used to walk through the woods and have, hold on. Why does my phone do that? Oh, okay. I don't care about that. It was a notification. It freaked me out. When I was a kid, I used to walk through the woods and have talks with somebody so wise. I knew that whoever I was talking to is way wiser than I was. I understand it was the Holy Spirit. That is really cool, Cheryl. Hey, Eric, I love that. Debbie says the Holy Spirit is the peace of God that lives within you, the peace that washes over you, the thing that makes you cry when you talk about it. Okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting way of putting it. Thank you, Debbie Zito. And I think I will understand that concept better just as we talk about it more and as I read the Bible more. But it's just such a strong, overwhelming feeling of, like you just said, peace, comfort. And then when I think about, like I said, people who are like, be careful talking about God because that's when Satan will come for you, or that's when the haters are really going to come for you now. And I just think I was in Scientology. I was with the sharks. Like the strength and size, the magnitude that I feel from God has nothing on anything here. Like it makes me, whenever I think about God now, I'm like, there's nothing truly to be afraid of here. There really isn't. There just isn't. I don't feel like there's anything to be scared of. You can't threaten me with anything. You can't bully me with anything. You can't make other videos about me and plan to attack and threaten me because of things that you think you know about me or my family or where I've been or where I'm going. None of that will ever stick. Like we're totally Teflon. None of that's ever going to stick. I'm so unafraid of it. It's become shocking to me. I used to feel a little bit like, oh, great. What's next? What's the next hate wave coming my way? What's the next 1,000 people I'm going to lose with all these haters? Bring it the fuck on. I am so unafraid of that because that's not the point. I'm not here for that. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care who leaves. That's not the point. The point is my voice. The point are those who stay. The point is this community. The point is the strength we have in these numbers. The point is all of the love that we've endured and put out into the world just from this tiny little channel. I don't give a shit about anything else. The negative stuff, go. This is similar to someone who comes up to you and is gossipy. It's like, oh, get out of my life. Get out of my life. I don't want to be around gossip. I don't want to be around drama. That isn't the point of life for me. I'm past it. I'm healed from it. I've grown from it. I don't care about anything that's going to come my way. Not worried about it. Not worried about it. You can't hold my past against me because I'm really not afraid of who I was or where I've been or where I'm going. So you can't threaten me with anything. Having faith gives you a compass. Yeah. And Shelly, I like that you said we don't walk in fear. Wherever you said that we no longer walk in fear. Exactly. Taz the Bulldog, welcome in. The Holy Spirit intercedes when we pray. He represents us to God the Father. That's really lovely. That's really lovely. I'd like to do another question about God's stream. If you guys are up for it, I would definitely put it in the title so that people don't want to come to that, who don't want to hear about it or get triggered from that. But I'm starting to build up more interesting questions. And I loved the last one that we did. And it's been a little bit since then. And I just kind of feel like I have some more questions. Yeah, absolutely, Trisha Kelly. Don't be afraid of who you used to be. And you can't hold your past against you. I know what I've done. I know my past. You don't have to remind me of it. I don't care. Like nobody knows it better than me. So absolutely, like threaten me with everything you got. I'm still going to go straight up from here. I'm flying above that shit. I don't care. Yes, absolutely, Sophia. Yep. Even God doesn't hold our past against us. So that is absolute fact, West Coast Fancy Nancy. So why are we afraid of any human or group doing it? Ask yourself that for a minute. Even God doesn't hold our past against us. What are you worried about? Some family member of yours, or a hater, or a group of bullies? What the fuck? They're humans. Who cares? Who cares what some loser ass human thinks? We are not what we were. I love that. But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you all things and will remind you of everything I have said to you. Love that. I have spent a lot of my adult life trying to move away from religion due to it being forced on me as a child. But I have to say, you have made me feel better about it. That is incredible. Katie did it. And I'm sorry that happened to you. That's one of the reasons I said I'm grateful to learn about God now, because I know, just like Scientology was forced on me, I'm pretty aware. I'm not that dumb to know that religion was forced on other people, and forcing anything on anyone to believe something is never good. Doing that to a child is awful. So I'm really happy to hear you say that Katie did it. That really makes me feel good. Thanks for saying that. Love you, babe. Jamie, hey, gonna have to get back to work in a sec. Wanted to stop in and say hi. Well, we love you, Jamie Palmer. Christians believe that God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit are one, but three distinct persons, the Trinity. This means, okay, so I learned that from the movie The Shack, which was an incredible movie, and I love Octavia Spencer. I might want to go back and watch that movie, actually. But yes, I got the concept of that from that movie. Shelly Kelly, I just feel like there's more I want to talk about there. And if you guys are cool with it, I'd love to do a stream on it. Yeah, Trisha Kelly says Katie did it because it's about the relationship, not religion. I agree with that. You don't ever have to go to church or anything to, in my opinion, like you can have as deep of a relationship as you want to with God, and you don't have to prove it to anybody. You don't have to talk about it. It's private for you, all those things. And that's what makes it beautiful. Jesus was the most beautiful man in The Shack. Hubba hubba. He was really a beautiful actor. Reese, I feel more comfortable talking with you about God than some of the churchgoers who were in my past. Wow. That makes me feel really warm. Thank you, Nancy. I love talking about God. I absolutely love talking about God. I just don't want to freak people out. And I don't want to do it too often. But I really love the idea. It's a new concept for me. It's a new relationship for me. And I feel in love about it. I feel like true butterflies, like electricity goes through me when I talk to God. I just feel like my heart pounds. I'm like, I love you so much. I feel how much you love me. And it's just so exciting. Holly Day, this is why God has put you in my life. I've grown so stagnant in life, but watching you grow and learn in real time are my reminders to keep growing in him and life in general. That's a beautiful thing, Holly Day. That's a really beautiful thing. Thank you for saying that, babe. I love you, Holly Day. Thank you for your super chat. There you go, Sophia. I love that. God lives within you and all around you, not in structures of wood and stone. Absolutely. I agree with that. But it's also okay to go do that. Hey, Noreen. Gosh, it has been a while. Good to see you, babe. Love you, Linda. I'm glad you thought so. I thought it was kind of a crappy stream, but it ended strong. He feels the same way about you. He loves you so much and is excited that you finally see him. I bet that's true, Rachel. I feel that. Katie did it. Some people use religion as a weapon against my lifestyle, so it's hard to celebrate that sometimes. They forget they're not supposed to judge others. God, Katie did it. That is such a fact. And unfortunately, it doesn't just apply to Katie did it as a lesbian. She's married to a woman. And what is wrong with that? To me, absolutely nothing. And unfortunately, Katie did it. It doesn't even have to go to that extreme. People are so judgmental. Like, I say this because I know when you say love is love, people say that. That really, I understand it on a deep level because I was married to a 95-year-old. Another, like, oh, that's weird. Oh, she must be a gold digger. Oh, it's Anna Nicole Smith. Like, yeah, no, I just really loved him and he really loved me. And I think it's bizarre for people to be so fucking judgmental, so judgmental. And I'm sorry that that happens to you, but I had a good friend recently who quoted the Bible all day long. I love that Professor Kakan quoted the Bible. God likes this. God doesn't like this. It's satanic to do that. And it was the most judgmental adult I've ever met. And I haven't read the Bible, but from what I've heard from a lot of people, you're not supposed to judge. That's not your job. That's not why we're here. I love that concept in the movie The Shack, but I'm pretty sure like this person would say that, like, I'm a Christian. And it's like, yeah, you're not supposed to set that kind of an example. I don't think you're supposed to be judgmental at all. And here you are, like, it was very Scientology. Like LRH says this and LRH says that. And it's like, gee, that's not shaming at all. That doesn't make me feel like I'm being kept under control. Right. I've read the end of the book, God Wins. I love that, Daughter of the King. I'm glad you're still here. Yeah, it's just Katie did it. I feel you. I'd like to do a stream on that actually. Like, we all are judgmental. That's the problem too. Like, it's easy to go, they're so judgmental. People are very intolerant, and that includes all of us. Katie did it. I'm sure you have been in some situation, and I know I have been. And that's another good like stream I think to do, to step back and check ourselves. Are we being judgmental? I think about that when I'm in public and I get really irritated by a stranger who had like a shitty attitude. I'm like, whoa, why am I triggered by this? Like, I check in with myself. I'm not mad at that person. I often try to be like, why did that person's bad attitude just piss me off so much? Like, is there something I need to fix within myself today? Because I don't need to be getting that mad, right? Like, fake people, yeah, Marissa Martin, but it is a good concept. And I like the idea of talking about just like doing what you say you're going to do and stop being so judgmental. Stop being so intolerant. I really do get tired of people who are like, why did she do that? And it's like, who gives a shit? Who cares? If it's not affecting you, your income, your life, your immediate place in your home, like, who cares? If they're not hurting other people or animals, who cares? Why do you have to insert yourself into everything? It's frustrating. Like, sorry, I'm getting a little wound up there, but it's like everybody is so judgmental, which is another reason I want to move out of this country. I really want to move out of the country. I want to just sink down into another culture for a couple of years. I'd like to learn another language. I'd like to just not that serious. Exactly, Sophia. Yeah, thank you, Margie Barr. But if you fix that, we won't get the hilarious shorts on TikTok. Don't worry, Debbie. I'll still be a horribly judgmental bitch at least 1 week out of the month. But that'll never change, Debbie. I do get tired of people being so damn judgmental. And I do. I'm like, I'm just gonna move out of here for a while, learn a new language, eat some different food, stream in a different part of the world, maybe several different parts of the world, move to some different areas. I really just want to get the hell out of here sometimes. People are so effing entitled, so judgmental. It gets old. It's draining. You can see it on my face. I'm drained by it. Total strangers have opinions about me and think they know me and make videos about me. And people do it all the time to all of us. And it's like, you look like a nut. You look insane. You don't even know me. And yet you're so judgmental. Like, what a waste of your time. Shows me like you have no fucking life at all, right? I do too, pepperoni nips. I love that. I love that most people here are just too content to care about being judgy. Oh, for sure, Sophia. This is an incredible group of people. This community is absolutely incredible. No question. Hands down. What's tomorrow? Do you guys want me to be here tomorrow? Fridays are weird. Fridays are weird ass stream days, which makes it. DNV, Reese, your relationship with God is so special. He's like the father you never had, but always knew you. So true. Now that you're free to know him, it would have been like falling in love. It's like a father. Yeah, absolutely, DNV. Fridays can be weird because people obviously have a life and they're out living it, carrying on with it. That old chestnut. So I will be here tomorrow if you want me to. They can be weird as shit and people are just out doing stuff, living life. So I'll give it a go. I'll give it a try. All right, everybody. Please hit subscribe. Hey, Sassy. I mean it. You get unsubscribed unless you want to hit unsubscribe because you decided you don't like me. There have been a ton of those lately. Add it to the list. My feelings won't be hurt. But otherwise, please make sure that you are subscribed. Okay, Marie Marion. And thank you tonight just for listening. This was a hell of a weird shit show stream, but I kind of liked it. Yeah, Sophia. And this weekend is the Zoom call. So please be there if you're coming. I would like for you to be there. I just have some things I want to say. Good night, Heather. Love you, girl. Mods, I love you. Thank you for the super chats tonight. As always, I appreciate that so much. Huxley and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for being members. I love you guys. And thanks, Rachel. I will see you all then tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Thank you for your time. All right, guys, here comes Fred.